Hi, I'm Jonathan Tessier, and we're back here with some of our health tip videos with our nutritionist, Rebecca. How are you doing today, Rebecca?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great. So today we're going to be talking about immunity. Since it is the cold season, people are getting sick a lot more, and people want to know how they can prevent that from happening. So let's talk about immunity.
Before we get into your questions, I just have to do a little disclaimer before we get into it, and that is that we're going to talk all about supporting our immune system today and supplements that can be really helpful for supporting your immune system. But I'm going to kind of get on my soapbox about we want to really be supporting our health and our stress and all of that all year round, all the time. So it really just always starts with your foundations in general. So what does your diet and lifestyle look like every day of the year? That's really the first place to start in supporting your immune system, is just supporting your health in your body all year round. Are we making proper dietary choices? Are we getting enough sleep? How are we managing our stress? Are we moving our bodies? And then, looking at supplementation, after we've kind of got those pillars covered, or we know we're making strides towards those kinds of important things as well. So yeah, absolutely. Are immunity medications more beneficial? I think they're more needed just kind of at this time of year. So, as I mentioned, we want to support our immune system all year. However, this time of year, we are a little bit more susceptible. There's just a lot more floating around. So there's definitely lots of options out there to kind of get us through this time. It might be worth, other times of the year, whether we want to supplement. If we know we're kind of more drained, it might be worth giving our immune system a little support and love other times of the year as well. But right now, for sure, when we know this is when we tend to get a rundown, we're busy after Christmas, all that kind of thing, but also there's more floating around.
So do you need to take them every day or just when you're feeling sick?
Yeah, so you can do both. There's definitely some supportive supplements that you can take all season. Some of these in front of us here that we'll get into a little bit, but there are also some supplements that you want to take to help you get through whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's like a respiratory, something, there's specific herbs to support kind of respiratory health. Depending what you've got going on, you can kind of add in on top of maybe your immune support to target certain symptoms and that kind of thing.
So are there any common misconceptions about immunity medications?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of the times we think it's going to prevent us from getting sick. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It doesn't mean you're unhealthy if you've gotten sick. You want your immune system to be responsive. I think a misconception is, I never get sick, so I have a way better immune system. That actually might be concerning. If you never get sick, you want to know that your immune system's there and ready for you and responding for you. So that would be one, that they're going to prevent you from getting sick. They might prevent the duration, they might prevent the severity, but not necessarily the sickness in general. And the second thing would be that more is better. Sometimes that's true, but more is not always better. Sometimes these immune supportive supplements can actually be more harmful and over kind of trigger our immune system. So you do want to be mindful.
So are there any immunity boosting foods that pair well with supplements? Yeah,
certainly. So, this is a lot of the kind of stuff that we talked about in our previous episode too, so definitely go check that out if you haven't. But there's foods that can suppress the immune system as well, so certainly you want to be mindful how much sugar you're consuming. Immune supportive foods would be like, fermented foods high in soluble and insoluble fiber, so that we're supporting our microbiome, that diversity that I think I've talked about in each episode so far, eating the rainbow, then you're getting a wide variety of nutrients and all of that. Warming foods are going to be really helpful as well in helping your body kind of get through that. So, teas and broths and soups and that kind of thing. Ginger and turmeric as well are going to be really helpful. And then things like your cruciferous vegetables that are high in vitamin A and C and E and zinc and all of that, those antioxidants as well. So your whole foods, I would say, certainly, and the more colorful, the better, to keep kind of simple that way.
So what immunity medications or supplements do you recommend from our store, and why?
Yeah, you'll see we have, a decent immune section system. There's lots to choose from there. A lot of tried and true products for sure as well that we really stand behind. But I've pulled a few of them. I mean, we can't talk about all of them, but kind of just a few different approaches here. So I'll actually kind of shift these here. So these two here would be more so for when you think you're getting into something. So we've got elderberry here, and then this is an antiviral formula. So what we've got in here is echinacea, astragalus, reishi mushroom, licorice, and lomatium. So an herbal and a mushroom in there, an herbal blend to help kind of take that virus down and support your immune system in doing so. And elderberry is going to be really helpful in that way as well. These are things that I tend to reserve for when I feel like I'm getting something. A lot of the times if we're taking certain supplements, elderberry and echinacea being some of them you don't want to take constantly, you want them kind of in your tool belt for when you know they're going to support you the most in helping you get through a virus. But there are also lots of different supplements that you can take just to generally support your immune system. So I pulled a couple of formulas here. You also want to, look at just getting the proper nutrients in general, like I said. So eating the rainbow, whether that's or taking a multivitamin. There's immune supportive kind of vitamin formulations with things like zinc, vitamin C, quercetin, and N-acetylcysteine. Those are some formulas that are really helpful as well. But I pulled a couple of mushroom formulas and an herbal formula here. So this is a really tried and true favorite at Joann's, Deep Immune by St. Francis. There's also a kid's version as well, just a slightly different formula for children. This is a great herbal formula to help just kind of support your immune system throughout this season. And what it's doing, it's supporting your immune system, but it's also supporting your stress response. There's a lot of what we call adaptogenic herbs in there as well. So what adaptogenic herbs do is help your body adapt to stress. And like I said at the beginning, that's an important factor in how is my immune system. If you're not responding to stress very well, if you're kind of just run down in general, your immune system isn't going to be responding very well either. So that's where the supplement is doing a little bit of both to really support you with those adaptogenic herbs. And similarly, this is more of an herbal formula, although there is some reishi mushroom in here as well. The two different immune supportive supplements from a couple of different mushroom companies here. So we've got, this is a newer formula, Immune 8 by Living Alchemy. And the difference between these guys is this is the Purica are micronized mushrooms. So they put in like a micronizer machine, I'm going to call it that anyways, to break them up really small so your body can absorb them really well. Slightly different approach from Living Alchemy where they fermented them. So fermenting them makes it easier for our body to kind of absorb them, but also makes, the ingredients that are in here unlocks more kind of power from them as well. So mushroom kind of formulas for immunity help very similarly to what the herbal formulas are going to do, just a slightly different approach in that the beta glucans are what are really is active here in helping our immune system. A couple of different options there for kind of getting you through on top of making sure, you're on top of diet and nutrition as well.
So it sounds like we have a lot of products here that can help a lot of people with immunity. Is there anything else you'd like to just tell our audience before we get out of here?
Yeah, also, if it does get you, I'm just getting over, whatever virus has been going around. I think a lot of us here are as well. If it does get you, there's lots of things that can help you here with your symptoms as well and kind of getting through, but really make sure you're taking care of yourself through that time. We always want to kind of push through and hustle through all of these things, but, resting is going to be one of the most important things before you even reach for a supplement. So just remember that, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Get your rest and stay healthy, and make sure you come into Joann's place for any of your health needs or any immunity medication that you might want, and stay tuned to some of our other health tip videos. We'll be back soon with a couple more. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks, Jonathan.
And everyone have a good day.